Hello, YouTube. Today I want to talk a little bit about Starfield because I am one of the few idiots who are pretty excited. Maybe not one of the few. Um, there's a trailer, and I kind of want to watch it and break down most of what the stuff is because I have a lot to talk about. There's a lot of things like Starfield. Like the features that have been shown. I have only seen this trailer one time before, by the way, and it was during the showcase. It was a few days ago, so I don't watch it again to break it down. But like all the features being shown except from like the performance. I don't know if that was just the stream having low bitrate or if the performance actually looks kind of low. I guess I'll see in a second in the trailer on YouTube with better quality. But features alone looks very promising, and I'm very hopeful for this game. Everything in this game, I was kind of assuming just a space Fallout, but shipbuilding and space travel, and there's no longer a voiced protagonist. That's very good. That was revealed later in an interview. Because I'm not a fan of the Fallout voiced protagonist, because I think it removes. Fallout 4 was kind of like a step down from RPG elements. Removing the voice, that's a step up. That's a step in the right direction. So we still don't know how big the RPG elements or how big that aspect of the game is going to be. That remains to be seen. But for now, it's looking good on the feature department. But then again, it's Bethesda. You know, it's okay to be excited. It's okay to be hopeful. But Fallout 76, that was a game that happened. But I think one very important thing to realize is that you had Skyrim and you had Fallout 4. Those two games are say what you will about Fallout 4, but I like it, and it lacks RPG elements, so it's not perfect, but it's a fun game. But Skyrim I love Elder Scrolls, and although those games definitely did have bugs as on release, and still have bugs to this day that haven't been fixed for the 5 releases of Skyrim, and for the how long is it now, 15 years, whatever. It's they're still there, but the bugs that I have encountered over my 2,000 plus hours in Skyrim are like ragdolling, NPCs kind of janking out, full damage suddenly killing you, falling down from one small little pebble, various like lightning bugs and stuff like that. I never had, and I'm sure a lot of people did, so I don't know if I'm in the majority or the minority here, but I never really had any game breaking bugs either in Fallout 4 or Skyrim from release and all the way up until now. Never had that issue. Fallout 76 is a different beast entirely. So I don't know what really happened there, but I would probably assume that it's probably many things that happened. But I think mainly it is that it was ambitious for it was online. It's an online game. So if we try to compare Starfield, we can't really compare it to Fallout 76, because this again is back to the Fallout 4 and Skyrim, where when Skyrim came out, it was rated as a fucking good game, right? In 2011, right? When Fallout 76 came out, it was I was one of the few idiots who got Fallout 76 on launch. It was fucking horrible. So I think we gotta we can't really compare it entirely to 76, because it's the systems are entirely different, and it requires you to have an online connection at all times. And a lot of the things that went wrong there, I think, is because of that. But who knows? I don't know. I'm not a developer or anything like that. But a lot of people are very because of this, and also this game has a lot of ambition into it, with space flying and all of that. We still don't really know how seamless it actually is. 10,000 plus planets, or one I think it not 10,000 1,000 planets around there, I think Todd said. We still don't know how seamless it is. Like, is it can you fly anywhere in current solar system? Because I will watch the video. I just need to get some thoughts out of my head before, because there was a quote. Let me find 1 second. Todd Howard said that Starfield won't allow you to fly seamlessly from space to 1,000 explorable planets, saying the feature is really just not that important to the player, that to justify the engineering work involved, and won't allow you to fly seamlessly from space to 1,000 planets. that's I mean, okay, makes sense, but it's still vague. We still don't know what that means entirely because there are solar systems and there's just, you know, a handful of planets in each solar system. Does that mean that you can only fly seamlessly around the current planet and then a cutscene takes you either to the next planet or into space? And then there's another cutscene from space to planet or from planet to planet? Or can you fly seamlessly within the solar system and there's sort of a cutscene fly to the next solar system? We don't really know what that means yet. So we just have to wait and see what that really means. But it's not entirely seamless to 1,000 planets, but if it's, you know, that could mean solar system, could mean whatever. So we don't really know. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's take a look at the trailer. I'm gonna try just to look at it and pause if I have anything to say about it, because I think there's quite a few things that are really cool here. 1440p alpha in-game footage. I think it's also very cool. That's the creation engine 2. So where the game definitely looks better than you know, the previous Fallout 76 or Fallout 4.
Helium-3 tanks checked. Seals are intact.
Skip a little bit. I think environmental stuff definitely is a step up from how it has previously looked. I'm trying to see if there's like any chopping. I think
They
this
say
is.
the wonder is not that the field of stars is so vast, but that we have measured it. You're part of Constellation now. Part of our family. What you've found, it's the key to unlocking everything.
This
We reach your constellation.
looks pretty good.
This is all we've
I don't
been
know if this is
working
in-engine
towards.
cutscene or
Route looks good.
it's probably in-engine cutscene.
We've come to the beginning of humanity's final journey.
Prepare for departure.
I would assume. Maybe it's not.
Graviton
This
loop
looks pretty good.
check.
Graphically, I mean.
Your space lane is clear.
That's why we're
Obviously, in 2022, a lot of games look better than this, but, you know, it's a big step up from, you know, previous. I'm comparing it to older Bethesda games, right? So this is a big leap for them, I would say.
Good luck, Constellation. You are go for launch.
And I just went to the wrong trailer. This is where we jump cut, and here it is. Okay, here it is. There's Tom. I don't know why I went to the old trailer. I don't know. I have no clue, but here we go. This is the right trailer. Okay. There we go. This is a little better. Okay, there we go. So I did notice some chopping, a little frame issues here, but again, we have to see if that was actually the bitrate, or you guys probably already know because you've already seen the trailer on YouTube, but I'm very curious if the same issue is going to be there, because bitrate and game showcases, they don't really go hand in hand a lot of the time. So you can't really get the full visual clarity until you actually watch it on YouTube, or when it's uploaded later.
We have a
I think this is good. This is something that I'm pretty impressed about, because one thing that I think is very funny is, do you guys remember Oblivion, Elder Scrolls Oblivion, where the faces are super janky and then the camera would zoom in on the faces, you know, to really, you know, immerse yourself in the fucking abysmal faces that Oblivion had. And then Skyrim's faces are also kind of funny at times, because they don't really animate that well. They kind of just, you know, flap their lips. But in Skyrim it's zoomed out on the full body, right? Here again, they're actually ballsy enough to zoom in on the faces, right? Because in both Fallout 4 and Skyrim, and even to an extent Fallout 76, because it does have NPCs now. I still haven't played that. Maybe I should one time anyway. Now it's zooming back in on the faces, and look at that. That's good. Like, obviously, again, games in 2022 has a bit, you know, just games that look way better than this, you know, way better, right? But this is a big step for Bethesda, and I think this looks really good. And if Bethesda are ballsy enough to actually zoom in on the faces, I think that says a lot. So yeah, I think this looks good. I think this looks pretty good.
Because we're committed to the biggest question of all. What's out there? These artifacts could be everything we've been looking for. As to what they are, what they're building, you'll be part of solving that puzzle now.
So, you found something?
A new guy found it.
You dug up the artifact, right? That means you saw it. The visions?
Kind of interesting how
The visions?
the face is relatively animated with the eyebrows and stuff like that. That has never really been a thing. They've kind of just been kind of like, you know, they never really had a lot of emotions. Sometimes in Skyrim they would be like, or you know, kind of like that. But when they're just kind of plainly speaking to you, this is again, you know, you can't really compare this to like modern, you know, more cinematic games like that, you know. But this is a big step for something like Bethesda.
You dug up the artifact.
I think
That means you saw it.
it's definitely more animated than I think it's ever been before. So
The visions?
yeah,
The artifact
I think it looks good.
It appears to be one of many, scattered across the galaxy. If we can find more, we can unlock their secrets.
Beautiful, isn't it? The man who sold me this told me that it spoke to him.
Of course.
Yeah, how is like
the
moving is
systems
like
is
if that
full.
is again, we don't know if that is in-game dialogue, how it's actually gonna be, but how he's moving his face, looking down, looking right, left, stuff like that. You know, again in Skyrim and Fallout, they would kind of just be looking straight at you and kind of like going, "Hello, how are you doing? You need to kill some people over. Oh, peace out." Like it's kind of like very you know,
Groups with
it's like a statue. This looks better. Pretty well animated.
It doesn't follow the rules. Agree to work for UCC, Steph. And together, we take down these cutthroat pirates.
We're not just
This is what I want to see, how the
We're
performance holds up here.
peacekeepers. We protect the people of the Free Star Collective. When you sign up with the Crimson Fleet, no one quits. The only way out is death.
The path ahead.
One thing
will
that I
be
also want to mention real quick here is that we don't know if that like that just happened, like the guy grabbing him here right here and like kind of shooting.
Only way out.
It's a very cinematic angle and stuff like that. We don't know if that is just literally just a cinematic, camera, magic, or if this game is gonna have like cutscenes and stuff like that. Because Elder Scrolls, sorry, Bethesda games usually never have cutscenes. There's always just like either a cinematic or a cutscene opening to the game, and that's pretty much it. And then everything is in engine, and that's it, right? But so I don't really know what I'm looking at here, but like it could just be an angle, and it's just like a combat animation because there's a bunch of those. I would probably guess that this is just combat, and the camera just has like a cinematic angle to it, but you don't really know. I don't know. Who knows?
Is death.
The path ahead may be dangerous.
And I don't know, this is cool. I think this is cool, but then again, I mean, this is a Bethesda game, right? Like physics and shit like that is very. I think this can be funny. Like, yeah, this can be funny. Like you're fucking jetpack combating around with another dude. If we know anything about Bethesda physics, is that this thing is gonna crash into you. Oh, sorry, you can see that my cat's letting away. But this thing right here is gonna be floating. It's gonna hit the wall and it's gonna crash right into you. You're either gonna die from that or you're gonna go fucking flying through the room. Probably not, but that would be funny. Okay.
But we are not stopping.
Most Dusties don't even make it this far.
Because whatever lies at the end of this road will change
Cool.
humanity
Some very cool locations.
forever.
Okay, again, this is where we jump cut again because this is also the wrong trailer, or is that the full one? Hold on, Xbox Bethesda Showcase. There we go. 15 minutes. It's a little longer. Okay, let me skip 2 minutes in. Never mind. Hold up. Let me watch from here. There you go. Okay, no jump cut. Let's just keep going. I just kind of pressed record and said, fuck it, let's go. So I don't... I'm doing this... I'm just improvising. Let me skip a little bit. I just want to kind of watch. This is what I want to watch. Gameplay. Here we go. So I know it was kind of choppy in the actual showcase on Twitch. Let's see here.
The abandoned research facility.
Oh, I can definitely see some framing. I can see some frame issues here. Yeah, no, I can definitely see it. Some janky stuff. Did it say anywhere where the footage was captured from? Is it PC or Xbox? I would probably assume Xbox because it's the Xbox showcase, but probably said somewhere, but I'm assuming Xbox. I can definitely tell that it's not a stable 60. I can tell that it's not 60. I can see when it's moving its camera and stuff like that. It's not 30. It's definitely not 30. I think this is something like, it's probably 60, and then it's like dipping to like maybe at worst 40, but I think it's dipping from like 50 to 60 because it's not too bad, but it's noticeable when it's dipping up and down all the time, when it's like unstable. Because if it were dipping from like 60 to 30, it would be like, that would be a slideshow, right? Because it's such a drastic change. But this isn't a drastic change, it's just kind of dipping here and there. Like it's kind of, so I don't think it's dipping low beyond 50s, but maybe 40s. But it's decent, but hopefully they fix this. So I can definitely tell that something's not right here. Yeah, you can definitely, when it's going down and stuff. Yeah, I can definitely, yeah, something's not right. Hopefully that's fixed, because nobody wants to play a game that has frame rate drops and shit like that. I'm just gonna try it. I'm on 1440p because I have a 1440p monitor. What if I do 1080? Is it gonna be better? No difference. Wait. No, it's dipping. It's dipping a lot. Yeah, I think this was also pretty fun. I just have to say something here. Look at this shit. Alright, in a second. Alright, so he goes over here, and he throws the nade. But then he just shoots him anyway. Who's playing this game? Todd, is that you? Todd, are you playing this game? There's no point in throwing a grenade if you're just gonna shoot him anyway. Stop wasting nades, Todd. I know that's you, Todd. Todd Howard, you played this demo. I know it. You played this. You did that. This is cool. I mean, I don't know if I could call it cool, but this is definitely this is definitely something different than lockpicking and like the thing you do and the hacking you do in Fallout. Something new. Looks like a simple little mini game. But I think everything, honestly, I'm looking at is very cool. And that's straight up just a gun from Fallout. At least the laser kind of effect But again, if something works, why change it? Just keep expanding, and that's what the best are good at doing. When it works. No, Todd, it doesn't just work. You gotta make it work, and then it's gonna be awesome. I think this game might have the potential to be fucking amazing, but it just needs to work,
After some
Todd.
initial encounters,
Todd, make the game
you're
work.
invited to join
Please.
Constellation.
Yeah, I saw this. Okay, so let me. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna take a look at this.
Our store, most flexible yet. You can customize all
Faces
the
are-
elements of how you look.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Faces are pretty good. Pretty good faces. You have biometric ID, body, face, background, and traits.
You'll pick a background that gives
I just want to check these real quick. Just say. If you craft specialty food and drinks and research additional recipes at the research lab, melee weapons do 10% more damage, immediately gain 30 points of health.
you'll pick a background
Pistols do 10% more damage, med packs heal 10% more, increased total carrying capacity.
that gives you 3
Cool.
starting
Okay.
skills.
What's this? Chance of success. Oh, these are like, okay. Okay. This is
It's here you spend some
Alright.
time as a diplomat. Having a way with words might
Alright.
prove useful.
there are optional traits, and these come with unique advantages and disadvantages.
Space. Your body has become. What's that word? Acclimated? Is that how do you say it? I'm from Norway. How do I just health and endurance are increased when in space but decreased? Okay, these are like small traits. That's cool. So you can have 3 of those. So there's actually a fair amount of customization at the beginning.
But it's not just in how you can look. but in how
Starting
your
to
character
look
plays
a
and
little more in
develops.
the RPG department, you know, in
The
comparison
skill
to
system
something like
combines the
Fallout
best
4.
from our previous games, and you can unlock new skills as you level up. And
What do you have? Physical, social, combat, science, tech. The one that interests me the most is the social aspect, because I really hope that the story takes some because in Fallout 4 you definitely did have choices, although whatever you kind of said just had the same impact. They would kind of just have the same answer, just kind of with a few different words, and then whatever you did in the end, it didn't really matter, right? So the social tab here, like having an entire tab here just for social, that definitely leaves me optimistic and hopeful. So we'll see where that leads.
and then you rank those skills up by using them and completing challenges. And there's deep crafting systems, from running research projects with resources you find
Ew. I'm just gonna keep going.
to crafting weapon
Crafting.
mods needed to survive.
Where's you need crafting? See, this is why I'm gonna get addicted to this game.
Outposts.
Base building? Oh, oh boy.
Away from home for
Oh
survival
boy.
and resource generation. You can choose where and how to build each one, and you can hire characters you meet to keep it up and running. But that's not all.
Okay, Todd. Okay, Todd.
Even build your own spaceships.
Spaceship.
You can choose crew members.
I wonder, because obviously we've already seen this, like where you can, yeah, like this section right here where you can really, really design it from the outside. But I wonder the interior. I wonder, like, can you like design and put stuff around? Because you can. He says in this section right here that you can like recruit crew members and stuff and kind of hire them to do whatever you would do in a spaceship. But I wonder if you can like sort of put these monitors wherever you want and stuff like that, and really, make it your own spaceship. But so far we don't know. But the actual spaceship building though, oh boy, this looks cool.
There's loads of different modules.
Man,
ships,
this looks so
crafters, and
cool.
more. I have to say, it's so cool. We just absolutely love this.
Yeah, this is awesome. This is so awesome.
It's not just how the ship looks, it's how it performs. From engines to shields to weapon systems. Because yes, you can fly it.
Thrusters boosted.
So here's something I want to say. I just want to watch this real quick. So, Ben, you got a little cutscene here, right? You got a little cutscene, and it always that already kind of goes into the quote I had earlier, which was from an interview that Todd recently just did after this showcase, and then that is that Starfield won't allow you to fly seamlessly from space to its 1,000 explorable planets. So again, as I said earlier, we don't know what that means. It could be still be pretty good. It could, but regardless, when it comes to the actual space there, I fully expect this space combat section here. I fully expect this just to be a little mini game where you kind of fly around in space and stuff like that. Because what would you do in space if not land on another planet? Space is just there to leave room between. It's just there's nothing there except for enemy spaceship, right? You go from one planet to the next. So like, what would you really do here? I think this is just literally a minigame out in space. Who knows though? I don't know. I'm still excited. I'd play the shit out of this. Try my ship and shit. Definitely looks cool though, and although there's just to be nitpicky, there's definitely some frame drops here as well, but it's a lot less noticeable than when it was playing on ground. So but this looks cool. I think this looks cool. Because here's the thing, right? When he's saying you can fly it, right, and he's only showing you in space. When I say he, I mean Todd. Todd is only showing us flying in space. There's some asteroids. You're you know, you probably make it. Yeah, you could, I wonder if this is just a space station or if you can actually make a space station. That'd be fucking cool as shit. Probably can. This is that was probably player built. Oh yeah, that's awesome. You can, yeah, you docked, dude. No, that's awesome. Wait, is this wait? That's not a space station. This looks like another spaceship, and you dock the small ship to the big ship. I think, I'm not sure, because that's thrusters, isn't it, or is that just lights? I'm not sure. I'm not a space engineer. I don't know. Yeah, and then this is kind of like just some closing thoughts and some other things I want to mention here. But then this is a big one, right? So just listen to Todd for a second.
So we thought we'd take one last moment and show you. Let's take a look at one of our planets, Jemison. You can land in New Atlantis, but you can also land and explore anywhere on the planet. And it's not just this planet, it's all the planets in the system. From barren but resource-heavy ice balls to Goldilocks planets with life. And not just this system, but over 100 systems. Over 1,000 planets, all open for you to explore. We can't wait to see what you find.
And that's sort of where I have to break it down, because this is leaving a lot of people very, very kind of like, oh shit, Todd. I don't know if this is a little bit too much. I don't know, Todd, because my the reason I like Bethesda games, even I have a story about, just real quick, about Fallout 76, and that is specifically when it was a fucking mess on launch. There's no other way to explain it. It was an absolute mess, but there was, the game wasn't, you know, unredeemable. There were some cool things in it, like the world. That's why what I love about Bethesda games, the world, they are extreme. Like, say what you want about, you know, Bethesda, Todd Howard, and all this shit. The people who design these worlds are the best in the business. Also from software. Elden Ring's pretty cool, but you know, they are one of the best in the business to create these worlds where there's shit everywhere and it's really fun to explore. The world, in my opinion, is the main character, because that is what you're gonna be doing for the most part. And it's, you know, it's fun how it's so big. It's fun how there's stuff to do and stuff to find everywhere, and you know, finding these cool caves with a bunch of different weapons, and you know, finding these weird quest lines and then leading you to different, you know, all this is cool. And the design of the places, like the design of all of these, you know, the cities, it's cool. That's one of the reasons why you can spend so much time in Skyrim and come back 5 years later and still find something you never found before. It's and it'd be a cool experience. So that sort of, you know, and Fallout, that's again, like, that's the story about Fallout 76. Like, I had a good time in Fallout 76 on launch when it worked, which it did 99% of the time. But it's, you know, the world in Fallout 76 was still a blast to explore, because they do such a good job with you know, just creating it in general. I don't know what else to say about it, but again, it was a shitty game and it didn't work, so you couldn't really explore it. But when you could, for the, you know, 10 seconds at a time, it was pretty cool. So that's why I'm a little worried when it comes to 1,000+ planets. I'm a little worried. I have a, like, so there was another quote, and that is that from another interview. I don't know if it was the same interview, but that is that Starfield will have the most handcrafted, the handcrafted like settlements, dungeons. Like it would have the most handcrafted content out of any Bethesda game prior, and that is cool because from Oblivion to Skyrim, Oblivion had like procedural dungeons and stuff, while Skyrim had like, base game Skyrim had like 100 plus, something like that, handcrafted dungeons. Some were big, some were really big, some were like medium sized, but they were really cool because every single dungeon was kind of like, oh, I'm gonna go to this dungeon because it's gonna be a completely different experience and stuff like that. But this, God is saying this is gonna have by far the most handcrafted content. So even though completely empty planets, and a lot of them are going to be completely empty, that still leaves me optimistic when he said that, because that might mean that even though there's going to be a gajillion planets that there's literally nothing but trees on them, you're still going to have either one full planet with, where it's all, you don't know if it's going to be all. I don't know. I didn't make the game, but I'm assuming, right? Because he said that it's going to be one planet where, like, it's the main planet. This is the planet you're from, and this is where you're sort of getting your quests and main quests from. And that is kind of like there's stuff, or everywhere. You kind of go around and stuff. I'm expecting there to be like 1, 2, or oh shit, I'm gonna say maybe even 3. Who knows? Planets that sort of have content. It's packed with content, and then a lot of these other planets are, maybe one of them has like one handcrafted space station or something like that, but that's it, and then the entire rest of the planet is empty. But I think most of these planets, how I sort of view them, is that they're just going to be empty. They're just going to have resources. You kind of go there, you get whatever you need, and then you leave, right? So while the game does have 1,000 plus planets, there's probably not a point in landing on every single one. If you've seen 50, 60, 70, maybe 100 of them, you have probably seen them all, and seen what the game has to offer in generally. But I like my goal with it. I'm still positive, right? Like, here's the thing, like, if a lot of them are the same, just find the coolest looking planet with like volcanoes and shit all around it, and then that's gonna be my planet. That's my goal. I'm gonna find the coolest looking planet out of all the 1,000 plus planets, Todd Howard, and that's gonna be my planet, and that's gonna be my space station. I'm rambling like crazy, but closing thoughts is that I'm a little wary. I'm a little I don't know. It's a few things can be a little bit too ambitious. But there's also these 2 quotes specifically that sort of tone, it down a little bit. So, all these 1,000 planets, they are not seamless. Again, we don't know what that means fully, but it could mean anything, like I said earlier, and also planets being empty, yes, but then again, he said that this game will have the most handcrafted content out of any Bethesda game ever. So that's 2 things. But then on the other flip side, you have 2 things that sort of, it makes it sound a lot more promising than what it seemed at first. So how I'm feeling right now is that this is absolutely a Bethesda game, and Bethesda games are never perfect, but they are extremely fun. So my hope is that this is going to work out. I'm fully expecting it to be a shit ton of bugs on release. There's going to be bugs left and right, and it's going to be a mess. But as long as we stay out of Fallout 76 territory, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. There might be some performance issues. Hopefully they implement an FOV slider. It's about time, please, because I think they did that in Fallout 76. So please let that be a staple from now on. Please, we need FOV sliders. You are way too zoomed in these games. I gotta breathe. And then what am I saying? I'm rambling. So I think that's about it though. Like I'm hopeful and I'm very optimistic. This looks awesome. I like almost everything I'm looking at. System wise, except from that's not system wise, but like the performance. Yikes, that's not perfect. We gotta fix that, Todd. But everything else looks pretty good. But I think it's okay to be super excited. I think it's okay to be very optimistic and hopeful. But then again, this is not one of those games you want to pre-order. Monster Hunter Sunbreak just came out, and I'm not one to pre-order games, and I'm not one to tell you to pre-order games or recommend pre-ordering games. But that's one of the few companies that I fully trust, like From Software, a couple of like Nintendo development companies, not all of them, like the Zelda, they for the past like 20 years they've always like they given content, quality content, you've never had any reason to doubt it. So I've just pre-ordered Monster Hunter Sunbreak because I'm gonna play it in 2 weeks when it comes out. I'm super excited, but this is not one of those. This is not one of the pre-order games. Don't do that. Even if you're super excited, you're gonna be, I need to get this game. I need to pre-order. Don't do that. Do not pre-order this game because we don't know what it's gonna be in the end. Wait for the reviews. This is still a year away, or within the next 12 months, as they said on the Xbox Bethesda showcase. But don't pre-order. Wait for the reviews. Wait for what people are saying. But at the same time, it's okay to be fucking excited, and it's okay to be optimistic. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. But it's still, remember, it's Bethesda. We don't know until we see it. But that's it from me. I'm probably gonna make another Starfield video closer to launch, just to talk about, like, we probably have some new information at that time. See how much I was wrong about a few things, and not wrong. I'm just kind of speculating, but let's see what happens. So until then, peace out. Subscribe, and do all that funny stuff. Smile. Anyway, I'm out of here. Peace out. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.